welcome to another game of A House of Plenty, our Witch+craft adventure, where we will yet again play with Billy, the bard,
Yeah.
who is also a songwriter, Caspian, the wizard, the blade singer wizard,
The
who is
coward.
also a tailor,
Yeah.
Grania, the warlock, who is also a
bully.
a blacksmith,
A bully.
and a prankster.
Kind of
And
a dick.
Cedric, the monk, who is also a brewer, and Ern, the who is not here today.
Earn the absent.
Andy playing Ern, who is a druid and also, I guess, a trade class says healer. I'm gonna talk to him about that. Be like, hey, buddy, you said healer, and I know I know I'm not like throwing lepers at your doorstep, but also like he hasn't really advertised those services either. I'm just saying. You guys aren't gonna get commissions until people outside of the house hear about you. That's just sort of how it works.
I got's the sock father, and I had to work hard for that one.
Yo, I have so much planned for the sock father.
I don't know if I'm happy to hear that.
You don't even know. You don't even know. I got such big plans. I'm playing a long con. I'm playing a long con with the sock father.
Oh,
if it doesn't go the way I want, I'm just gonna end the campaign.
That's not good. All right.
So last we left off, you guys. So Ern was exploring, and he found a rock man, who was around your property.
Who is played by Taika Waititi.
Yes. And afterwards, he discovered a surveyor on your property, who did not know that the person he was hired by, Flancer Kincaid, did not own the property. But after dealing with those situations, and the Ern found the seam of paradox on your little section of beach that is on your guys' estate.
Yes.
Realized he had no way to mine or remove those paradots, even though I literally had just introduced him to an NPC who was a rock man looking to excavate gems. Not, but a few moments before. And so he got Caspian, you guys got paradots, and he used them to fix the vat that you guys had found, which was in your backyard essentially, and had been creating gobblers, which are the domestic ooze, which like chomping on things that people have created or crafted or grown, which basically they would have eaten up all your guys' projects with enough time.
They're kind of the worst.
Yes, and that vat is now a garbage disposal essentially.
Yay!
So it's working for you now. You can place that really wherever you want, but for now it's in the workshop. And then past that, you guys got new locks because Kipita Brass, your roommate and friend, his materials for trying to delve into his family tree have been getting messed with. His paints have been moved around, so he wanted new locks because something is weird. And you guys have thought maybe it's a ghost. You also tried to confront Flancer Kincaid, but she's away at Tapestry Hills right now, and you instead met with a very nice receptionist.
I still have the piece of paper
that says ghost.
Yes.
That I may or may not have to eat.
The locks were replaced by a very cute half-elf locksmith named Anda Antora, who Maybe Grania likes a little bit. We gonna see more of that character in the future.
She's cute.
Yeah. And that's where where we last left off. Kip came into the kitchen, the dining room, essentially, and said, yeah, his stuff has still been moved around, and you guys talked about that a little bit, and the piece of paper that says ghost and curse and like burglar on it is out on the table right now, and that's where we left off.
So, there are a few things we should address.
Okay.
First off, my name is Caspian, not Casper.
That's debatable. Okay.
Secondly, this is becoming a real problem. Now, nothing's been moved from my room yet, but I think whatever's happening is going to, at some point, really hurt us in the long run.
Bad.
Unless something happens. And it's dealt with soon. And then one more thing. I just like to say, I'm happy the oven works now. The stove works.
I'm happy about that too.
There are several dents in there that were not there before, but
I kicked it. I got frustrated and I just fucking kicked it.
Yeah. Well, it was a nice stove, but now it's a working stove.
Yeah, so would you rather have a nice stove or a working stove?
I suppose the working one
is better.
Okay, Casper. That's what I thought.
I would like both. I'd like both.
Well, you know, if I had nicer materials, then I'd be able to do better repair jobs. But I was just trying to get it done quick.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. I'm leaving, actually. I'm gonna go into town today.
Oh, for good?
No, I'll be back.
Oh.
I wouldn't leave Betty Snoop like that.
No.
What you going to do in town?
I think I'm gonna. I mean, I can't really print like business cards or anything, but I think I'll tell people that, you know, I'm setting up my workshop here, and I'm open for commissions. So.
Actually, yes, I need to go and get some supplies for more hats that I think I should be making.
Great, let's go. Does anybody else want to go to town?
Let's see. No, I think I'm okay.
All right.
I guess I will go to town. I can probably sell some of the alcohol I made.
Have you?
Yeah, that's probably good. You wouldn't want it to be just me and Casper here.
Listen, you've drunk some of your wares, haven't you?
I think I might not be the only one.
No, it's just
there's Big Snake.
I want to know how you're so inebriated all the time.
How are you so sober all the time?
He has a speech disorder. Casper, what the fuck?
It's Caspian. And also...
Yeah, I have a speech disorder. I can't say Casper. I have to call you Casper, okay?
So we just ignoring the whole ghost/break-in scenario now?
I think I'm going to start working on a song to help us figure out what it is, but I have to think about concrete idea.
Kip, what am I supposed to do about it?
I don't fucking know. I was hoping for a little more discussion on the subject.
We did.
It could be ghost. It's probably not ghost. Could be curse. Could be burglar. What else is there? Like, we're still waiting for fucking fuckhead trespasser McGee to get back to us about her whole shit. Like, what else is there to do in the meantime? We gotta make money.
All right, fair enough.
Like, you want what? You want me to like put? You want me pull out a magnifying glass and go around the house and look for clues?
What do we know about this house?
You're doing it again.
Past that we were
doing what?
Given it.
Being mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm being fucking funny as fuck is what I'm doing. It's fresh as hell.
Mm-hmm. That's not true.
Well, now who's being mean?
I don't care. You did it first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get it now.
Yeah.
I understand morality now. You've opened my fucking eyes.
Good. At least someone has.
Let's go to town.
Question: Who has had their tools stolen before?
Ern,
I had my tools stolen
Rania,
and put in the beehive, I think.
And Capita.
Okay, so most of the people outside of the house, like the house itself.
Yeah.
No.
So it probably doesn't reside in the house then.
Wait, is my workshop not in the house?
Your workshop is in a separate building, an outside building.
Well,
that is why you had to run inside, avoiding Perry's poops that one time.
You're right.
Workshop. I'll show you the map real quick, but essentially, that being the main manor, there is the workshop back one of these buildings. I'll really let you pick, and then the greenhouse.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's some separate buldings. Obviously, those are just kind of little doodles.
That's the greenhouse, and that's the workshop.
There's a servants' quarters. There's a back garden. To give you guys an idea of what else is on the grounds besides the manor, there's a front garden that is overgrown with creeping vines. The plants have cracked the road and the steps leading up to the front entrance. And there's an old water-stained fountain that sits in need of repair. The back garden has neat hedgerows that are pretty overgrown. There is a servants' quarters that is a bunkhouse, a big bunkhouse essentially, that is at the moment empty. There is the workshop, which is the second largest building on the property, that had what was once a metallurgy workshop and now contains a large forge and workstation. And then there's a greenhouse, which has a bunch of shattered windows.
Gross. Well, other than basic woodwork that needs to happen, we might want to hire someone to look at the structure of the house.
Yeah.
Just in case. You might know some things, Cedric. I know nothing about how woodwork is done.
I make barrels.
Yes.
I could try and look at it, but
you work with wood, right?
Yes, but making a house is a lot different than making a barrel.
Well, I know it's bigger. It's bigger than a barrel, but a house is like, think of it like a house is like a big container.
Oh my god.
What are barrels?
Watertight.
Containers.
Thank you, Grania. So, all you have to do is think of it in a positive way, and voila. Put your mind to it, and you can learn anything.
Are you trying to convince him or me?
The universe, perhaps.
I mean, I guess I could try and take a look at it, but I don't really think
Let's just hire a professional, right?
I would prefer that. Yeah.
The
So
best.
3 of you want to go to town.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cedric wants to sell a bunch of his stuff. Are you going to transport your stuff there, Cedric?
I would like to. I mean, I think what I'm gonna do
Your
is
many bottles and casks?
Give me a moment.
I have 4 kegs and 60 bottles.
Mm-hmm.
What I might do is actually I might go there without and then talk about possibly them helping with the transport.
I could have Gregory hold it for you.
Okay, that could help.
My unseen servant. It helps to give him a name.
I was like, who's Gregory?
Sorry, I know that sounded confusing.
You don't see him?
No, I mean, I don't pay that much attention to your life, but I was like, who is Gregory?
Yes, my unseen servant. I'm going to cast Unseen Servant. And it doesn't make a noise or anything, so there he is.
Okay. Sure thing. Is this the ghost?
Pick up the wine glass, and you see a wine glass begin to float as it comes over.
Hey, Greg.
The interesting thing, Caspian, is that Perry is kind of lounging on the other side of the room, and you can only see through his eyes when you use an action, but you do have a general awareness of his senses in a way, and you know that Perry can see Gregory.
Damn.
Oh.
What does he look like? What does he look like?
As an action, I'm going to peer through Perry's eyes to see Gregory.
All right. Just out of your own curiosity, as you realize Perry kind of steps up to Gregory and as this little black cat with wings, or a big black cat with wings, and you guys see Caspian's eyes kind of fade out, zone out, and Perry's eyes have a tint. What color are Caspian's eyes?
Caspian's eyes are like a light green.
All right. Perry's eyes light up with a little bit of green.
Careful.
I just want to poke Caspian in the arm.
You feel it.
Stop. I'm trying to concentrate.
No, I was just wondering if you could feel it when I do that.
Yes, I can feel it. Thank you.
I curl my hand into a fist, I'm thinking about it, but then I don't.
It's really weird, Caspian, because you can hear Grania, but you can't see through your own body right now. You can only see and hear through Perry.
So it's distant. That's great.
And you see Gregory, who appears. I believe the fucking spell is it looks like a.
I'm scared. I hope he looks like a little old man.
He's invisible. It doesn't say anything about his appearance.
Invisible, mindless. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about appearance. It can look like however you want, really. It says shapeless, but I'll let you shape it.
What does Gregory look like?
Birdman.
Yes.
Well, I suppose he would be formed kind of by Caspian's spell. So, by Caspian's thoughts when he formed the spell. So yeah, he is a butler. He looks very old. and then you hear Caspian mutter, Karlstad?
Excuse me?
Oh, he looks just like Karlstad, our family butler. He died a while ago. He looks just like him now. Complications, you see. Karlstad got into a duel.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned should I be about this?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Caspian.
Concerned? Well, it was a shock to us as well. We always knew Karlstad to be a rather quiet sort. I mean, he was in his late 80s. Apparently...
I tell you I don't care, but this is actually fucking fascinating.
Apparently, there was a disagreement at the games table. They were playing dragon chess. And...
like regular chess players.
You know, first there were words, and then a glove flew to another person, and apparently it was rather sad to see. The exertion was too much, and well, he passed. Terribly sad story.
To do with that, what you've just told me. I meant like, how concerned should I be that your unseen servant looks like your old butler? Like, is that something
when I think of a servant, you know, someone who's trustworthy, hardworking, unthinking, I think of Karlstad.
Cool. Okay. Great. Well, thanks for that little story. I guess it's only fair because after, you know, that time a couple days ago where I dumped all my shit on you guys. So, you know what? Okay.
Always had that blank look on his face.
Okay. Maybe he was an unseen servant the whole time.
No, you could see him. Everyone could. Though
a seen servant.
It was easy to forget he was there. Except when he was moving with trays of things. You could hear the clanking and shambling from a mile away.
Because he was an old man.
Very old. We should have retired him a long time ago.
Yeah. Everything that you've said this morning is whack. Let's go. Okay. We have the unseen servant. Wait, should I call him Karlstad or should I call him Gregory?
Well, I didn't realize he looked like Karlstad. It's kind of awkward. It feels like I dug up Karlstad's corpse and and I'm making him work for me again.
Yeah, you worked him to death and now here he goes again.
No, that was his problem.
The drink.
What was his problem?
The man had a temper, apparently. You shouldn't get in fights at the age of 86.
Once he was off the clock, it was all hookers and scotch, man.
The man knew how to live.
Harper, did you know about this, or is this all just off the dome?
Oh no,
Jonathan?
This is all Jonathan, absolutely.
You guys are crazy.
I'm okay with it.
No, it's great. Okay, well, now that we have that information.
All right,
Let's
you're gonna
go
go to
into town with Gregory.
and Cedric
Yes.
is going to bring booze.
Yes.
You can bring a flight. Or like
Oh,
a
that's
few
a
of
good
them.
idea.
Okay, let me look at Unseen Servant again real quick. Because it has its limits.
Yes, it does.
As we all do.
So... okay. So... the thing about Unseen Servant is it has a strength of 2.
Oh.
So I don't know how much it's gonna be able to carry.
We need to get a cart.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I could talk to the yeah, Cedric could talk to the the tavern or whatever
I
and
think that
ask
would be
them
a good
for
idea.
If they'd be willing to provide transportation.
yeah.
And then once they're sold, maybe we'll have enough money to get a cart.
All right. So you bring.
Oh wait, we have enough to get a cart, but do we have enough to get a cart? And I have 24, so it's 15.
A cart is 15, and then a donkey or mule would be 8.
8. So
Or
How much
Hey, guys,
strength
we
do you
could
need-
hella afford a
How
cart.
much strength do you need to carry the cart?
to carry a cart, I'd say
Or to
it's
put
not
a cart?
necessarily even strength. It's like it is strength, but it's also a manner of is it set up? Yeah, awkwardness. Is it a creature that can pull a cart?
Like, can I pull the cart?
Can you? If you got like a hand cart, which would be a little bit smaller, but you could do it.
No, but could he answer the question?
A hand cart, yes. You could, if you wanted to, you could get like a hand cart. Where's mule or something?
Mule is on page 157. Oh, I'm sorry. In that.
Hey, I'm sure Ern has a wheelbarrow you can borrow.
That's true. For
A
his garden.
wheelbarrow isn't really the same as a cart. It's not really meant to be a long distance thing.
Says you.
Says me, who has dealt with many a wheelbarrow in their time. Okay, you don't have to be particularly strong to use a cart. It helps.
You know what? That's not a problem since everyone in this party has great strength.
And a mule.
So yeah, those are the two. You could get a cart and a beast of burden, or you could just get a hand cart and be like you could all like a cart that you yourself pull, like one of those like taxis and like the cart taxis, but with goods instead. You're running.
Yeah.
These are both options, and I will say they cost the same amount of 15 gold.
We might as well get a cart and a beast of burden.
Yeah.
But you guys make your way to town. To Silverstruck. It is not the murder dimension. You guys make your way to the city of Silverstruck. This wonderful, industrious city. Yet again, you find yourselves on the cobblestones, walking about. The sounds of work and some mine whistles and the sound of the salamander and the smiths working within it, a distant dinging off the way. You see a guy in a newsboy cap walking around with a big old pole and putting out the torches, the lights that are in the lanterns, the lamps around town, around the city. As it is morning. And what would you like to do? We have different people with different agendas.
Well, I need to kind of get the word out for my, that I'm smithing. So is there like a Craigslist situation? Is there like a bulletin board?
There are boards. You could put up something on a board.
Yeah.
You want to take my cufflinks for a good demonstration?
Oh,
Well, I have my rapier and my dagger, so.
Oh,
But thank you. So a little bit bigger, probably more along the lines of what I'm gonna get commissioned for.
Mm.
Before they went, could I have given Cedric the gold needed for mule and cart?
If you have it, yeah.
Yeah, I have 24 and it would cost 23.
All right.
Great. Yeah, so I go on all the bulletin boards, I just write a little thing that's like, Grania, Grass Manor, good swords. And I draw a little picture of a sword. I don't put good swords. I put swordsmith / weapons master. And I draw a little sword. I put it up.
Okay.
I put that on all the billboards, on all the bulletin boards.
Do a performance check for your little drawing and your calligraphy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Golly. Performance? Okay.
Good billboard. Good bulletin board stuff.
Hey, that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
All right. You make some very good flyers for yourself.
Love being a charisma caster. All right. Tight.
All right. And you spend your time putting those up around town.
Yep.
Caspian.
I would like to go and find some materials to make some decent quality hats.
All right, yeah, you go back to the fabric shop and you pick up some more material.
Mm. I would also like to maybe see if the clothing store I've done business with might be interested in letting people know I'm available for commissions.
A collab.
All right, yeah. So I'll say you pick up spools of whatever material you need. Obviously, you don't have a cart either, so unseen servant lasts like an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you just kind of have the spools of whatever you get. We'll say you can mark off like a gold piece.
Okay.
Or something for whatever hat making materials for the foreseeable future you might need.
Okay.
And they're just kind of floating behind you. And you make your way to the shop where you've been selling clothes.
Mm-hmm.
The name escapes me at the moment. But you make your way inside. And there's the Dragonborn, young Dragonborn woman at the front. It's like, hello, how can I help you?
Yes, hello. I was wondering if I could speak to your owner, the owner of the store, that is.
Yes, okay, yeah, he'll be in just a moment. Dad, someone here to see you. And this old Dragonborn man comes out in his suit. You hear the sounds of music from that back room. It's like, and he's accompanied by the beefy Dragonborn. I think a blue Dragonborn or something, or white Dragonborn I described last time.
Blue one, I think.
Blue. Well, it's a blue one now. Mr. Fallowfield. So, what do I owe this visit to?
Yes, I am branching out from the sock business. I have more to offer, I think, and I was wondering if you would be interested in getting on the ground floor.
These are wise words. You intend to go up in the world. I can respect
Yes.
that.
Yes, thank you. Well, I have a few more things I can offer. I am able to make very nice hats of all kinds of quality, well made. I can do custom fits as well.
You can do hats and custom fits.
Yes.
Come into my office, Mr. Fallowfield. Let us
Oh,
discuss
boy.
this in greater measure.
That's the last thing you hear before you die.
Yes. I look. I assume Perry is with me.
Yes.
Come on, Perry. If we're going out, we'll go out together.
Yeah, you follow him into his office. It's a tidy little office. You can see some books, and bookshelf, and a desk with paperwork neatly put out. There's a person who is very organized. He sits down in this creaky old leather chair. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
You can leave us.
Big strapping fellow. Your son?
Nephew.
The nephew. Yes, I remember now. So, I kind of lean back and it creaks kind of a bit too loud.
Oh.
So I lean
yeah,
back.
you're in like a wooden. His is a nice leather chair. You're in a wooden chair. You're on the other side of the desk, so it's not as nice.
Yeah, I lean back and then I lean
it makes a
forward.
fart sound.
Yeah.
And so to try and fix it, I lean forward and it does the exact same noise.
It's like the Space Quest thing where you sit down in a chair just every time it farts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I swear it was the chair. You come to me at a fortuitous time for a man of your talents. You see, recently, my tailor, he has retired.
Dun dun dun.
So
hard keeping a straight face for this fucking character because I'm having so much fun doing it.
Retired? Yeah.
He no longer resides on this island.
I see. I hear Ahiri is wonderful. Yeah, I hear that
Kiros.
Plenty of wonderful places off the island to visit.
Indeed, there are a great many places off this here coast. I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of fun with this character.
I suppose we'll leave it at that then.
So, Mr. Fallowfield.
Yes.
You say you wish to do custom jobs.
Yeah,
oh no. Oh no.
Just the job for you. Don't fuck it, you're not there. Don't know me.
quick second. We are talking about making clothes.
Why would you think we're talking about?
You know me, scatterbrained. But yes, continue. Apologies for the interruption.
My family is ever growing, not just in the business sense of this business and normal day-to-day, but in a quite literal sense. My daughter is engaged to be married next spring.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And obviously, it has been some time since we have had such an occasion of celebration. Times change. We want to look our best and not be walking around with suits that have holes and mothballs. It is not a respectable look.
No, it's not.
And so, Mr. Fallowfield, here is my offer. I have quite a large family.
Yes.
As well as myself, who will need suits.
Yes.
If you are willing and you believe you are able, I would offer you this contract. This is a far step from your usual socks. Do you think you are up to it?
I think my socks speak for themselves.
Very well. For the time being, you can start with Marco. And if we like your work, we will go from there. Is this acceptable to you, Mr. Fallowfield?
Acceptable. Yes. That is acceptable.
Wonderful. I will have him come in and you can do your measurements. Or he can do it at your leisure.
Oh, all right. Sounds good.
Sort out the details with him. I expect great things, Mr. Fallowfield. I only accept the best. I hope you can live up to that.
Quick question. What if, hypothetically speaking, that hypothetically, it's not the best suit that I've ever made. Hypothetically, not the,
I would be very disappointed.
Okay. Well, good. Yes. I'll get started immediately.
That is good to hear. Now, if you do not mind, I'm a busy man.
Oh, yes, I'll leave.
Yeah, you step out to leave, and as you're leaving, like there's a man, another Dragonborn man in a big old trench coat with a hat and a briefcase who's waiting for you to leave and steps in after you exit.
Oh my god.
What have I done? So yeah, as far as my part, I'm gonna go ahead and measure that dragonborn.
Yeah, Marco allows you to measure him. So you can measure him for a suit. And he gives you the down payment for materials so that you might pick them up.
Yeah, I'm going to, as far as my part, I'm going to go ahead and run over to I'm going to first ask him questions on what he wants, and then I'm going to run over to the fabric store and then run as fast as I can back to the mansion to get started.
Yeah, so, yeah, the specifications are not, are what you would expect. It is, it's a black tie event. Yeah. From what you know, from what you were told by Marco, however, Dragonborn weddings and clothing are not typical to your culture, so you do have to. There's a few different things. They don't tend to wear white under the black. There can be an array of different colors, and generally it's meant to complement the scales of whoever's wearing it.
Yes.
So Dragonborn weddings tend to be very colorful.
Okay.
So yeah, but you get materials. We'll say you have been paid 10 gold.
All right.
For the time being. So you can mark down 10 gold.
I will put down that.
For services. Cedric.
Yeah.
You were not there for that exchange.
Harrowing.
Look, the Sockfather, the Dawn, is my favorite NPC because my brain comes up with all those things and just how, like, it's coming like way too naturally. Two, it's just really fun. But Cedric, you've made your way to town to sell your stuff, and if you wish, Billy has given you the money to get your own cart and a beast of burden. It doesn't have to. It can be a mule or a horse. It could be something a bit more out there if we wanted to get creative with it.
Let's get a panda.
Not a panda.
No, they're too lazy.
A bear.
Too wild.
Just get an
okapi.
They're
Can we have an okapi?
Oh, and look, I heard a poppy, and then I'm like, what?
An okapi.
Let's get a sled of grung.
The fuck is that?
Just a bunch of, like a dog pull team. It's a team of grung. Just frog people pulling your cart.
Okay.
Real talk, in Icewind Dale, like, they have options for a few things you would need for snow adventuring, like snowshoes and stuff. And they have, like, stuff for sled dogs and sleds. And it's pretty
Replace that with grung.
You could also have sled of grung frog people. So, Cedric, what would you like to do first?
I think I will get the cart and beast of burden.
Okay.
Beast.
An okapi.
Yeah, you ask around, you make your way. There's not an okapi. And I do want to mix it up from the usual, though, even though I'm not going to give you an okapi.
A unicorn.
There's not a
binacorn.
Unicorns are not for sale.
A rhinoceros.
A giraffe.
A giant stag.
I do want to mix it up from the usual mules and horses because this is not your traditional setting.
A rhino.
That crossed my mind, but ultimately I think rhinos are a bit volatile.
We're just having fun.
So I
We're just
think
yelling animals.
if you wanted to, Cedric, you could get a traditional mule or horse. I think
A
optionally,
giant badger.
An intoxicated hippo.
hippos are far too dangerous.
Yeah.
That's
Hippos are my friend.
That's the most dangerous.
Rainbow zebra.
There are for sale these big old woolly like
Mammoth.
no.
Harper speak.
Muskox.
Woolly.
Similar to a muskox. Just like kind of oxen-like, but they have kind of light bluish grayish fur.
It's Appa.
An air bison.
Is it water buffalo?
They're similar to water buffalo.
Yours is fast, but mine is slow.
Oh boy.
I'm so glad you know that.
Because everybody's got a water buffalo.
I don't know this.
It's okay, you don't have to know it.
It's a what?
Veggie
Tales.
Oh.
Get with it.
My friends all laughed, and I just stood there until the fire department came and they broke the lock with a crowbar, and I spent the next 6 weeks in a lip rehab with this kid named Oscar who got stung by a bee right on the
lips. Yeah.
Okay, well, there are, we'll call them Cape oxen.
Oosta.
A Cape ox.
Your friends all laughed. Oosta.
Is this fuzzy blue ox with yellow horns, and they're kind of lazy, but they're wonderful beasts of burden.
Yeah.
Yay.
Do they cost about the same as the mules?
They'll cost exactly the same.
Okay,
Yay.
I think I'll get one of those.
Okay.
Big fuzzy blue ox.
Yeah, there are tales of them being magical creatures or haunted creatures because people have seen them steaming, and that is because they have crossed through rivers and stuff, and then the heat of their bodies evaporates the water. This is not a real creature. This is a fake creature, but that is a thing that happens with buffalo.
You should name him Babe.
Steam buffalo. Yeah, they
Steam
cross through cold waters, and then they step out and they're walking around. There's steam coming off them.
Oh my god.
That's a real thing. Going swimming when it's super cold and then swimming a lot and then leaving, your body will steam.
That's whack.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you get a Cape ox and a cart. Spending that money that you gave him, so you can mark that off, Quinn.
I did. I only have 1 gold now.
Okay.
We needed it.
And you can swing back by the Brass Manor. But yeah, so you go to this. I think there's a rancher who is selling mounts and beasts of burden. You've heard at the Cape Ox are the most capable, and he's like, well, pleasure doing business with you. You take good care of that ox.
I will.
Make sure he eats plenty of grass, wherever else you get him.
Yeah,
And whatever you do, swears to the gods. Don't let him eat blueberries.
Okay, I thought you were going to say don't feed him after midnight.
Right.
What happens if he eats blueberries? I'm not going to do it. I'm just curious.
Don't let him eat blueberries.
Is it poisonous to them?
Oh no.
Oh.
It's worse than that.
Is it like coffee?
Did he fall asleep?
In what sense?
Like does it make them really hyper? And
Yeah, hyper's one word for it.
Oh no.
Does it make them angry?
Angry. Yeah, some of them could be pretty angry.
Okay.
They're pretty docile by nature.
But blueberries changes that, I guess.
Blueberries
Blueberries
fuck
just
up
set
their
'em
body
off.
chemistry. Don't let them
Okay.
eat
It
blueberries.
doesn't handle
No,
it.
I was just curious what happens.
Every time I walk
Just so
into a
that
grocery
I know
store and I
if
see
someone-
blueberries,
I just go fucking nuts.
If something happens,
I
then
want
I
to go
know
off.
maybe why if someone fed him blueberries without, when I told them not to. But I will make sure everyone knows not to feed
I
him
know
blueberries.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
No.
Yeah, blueberries. The most prevalent berry in our campaign thus far.
Caspian is like, I think I should stop and buy some blueberries before I.
Right. So yeah, I will then, after buying I'm forgetting what it's called again.
Cape ox.
A
Blue cape ox.
Cape ox?
Cape ox.
Cape ox. Okay, Cape ox.
Because you
It's an
are
ox
Cape
with a cape.
verdigris, and it is basically an ox.
Then I'll take the cart, the Cape ox, take it back to the manor, load the cart up, and head on over to the steam whistle.
Yes, you head over to the steam whistle. Let me get my notes real quick. I might have written down the name of the steam whistle's owner.
Meanwhile, Granya's running around saying like, "Hey,
Blueberries! I need blueberries!"
you like swords?
You want a sword?
Don't turn away from me. I'm gonna
Hey,
shoot a
come back
warning
here.
shot.
Can
You
you
shoot you shoot him with an eldritch blast.
Why is it that all of the warlocks in our
Why?
campaigns do that?
look? I didn't know.
I told him not to walk away. I had. Don't walk away from this.
Now, next time someone plays a warlock, they're gonna have to do that.
What?
I didn't give him a name, did I?
Fire an eldritch blast as a warning shot. It has to be a thing now.
You kill somebody.
It's just
Hey,
a warlock.
I've played a warlock in with you guys. Minus.
Fair.
I mean, minus Mads. So maybe that's like the catalyst.
Yeah, it's me. I have to be there
Right.
for a disaster.
Every time you're around, there's a warlock that uses eldritch blast as a warning shot.
No, there's a warlock that's insane.
Okay.
All right. So I did not write down the name of the bar owner, and I made
Clavicus Vile.
last time, but now he is Thaddeus.
Good name.
I like that. I like Thaddeus.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the steam whistle in Silverstruck
Mm-mm.
with all your booze in tow.
Yeah.
With your Cape Ox.
Yes. No, go into the steam whistle. Go to the owner. Did you say what his name was already, or
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus? All right, and I will. Is Thaddeus at the bar right now?
He is.
So
You
aggressive.
see
Right.
Thaddeus, the picture, he looks like if you've ever seen like one of the pictures of like the old champions of fisticuffs.
Okay.
Nice.
Just like
Yeah.
those massive strong forearms, handlebar mustache.
Thaddeus, I brought some more cider. If you're interested in buying more.
Sorry. Yes, let's take a look at this.
All right, I'll show him the 60 bottles and the 4 cakes.
This will keep us stocked up for a bit. Good.
But how does it taste?
And it's all the same batch as the last batch? Same as the last batch?
Yes. How much? I don't remember how much I sold the cider bottles.
Cider ball?
The cider bottles for, and how much?
Did you stroke out?
I do spoonerisms a lot, sometimes in the middle of words.
You know what? I've been finding that
I
I've been
do
doing
not
that
remember
too
how much you
recently.
sold them for either.
Okay.
But you bought the bottles for a gold piece for 10. So the bottle was a silver piece. So you need to at least sell them for more than a silver piece to make a profit on the 60 bottles.
Because I think I either did like 1 or 2, maybe it was 3 gold per bottle is what I sold it for. Somewhere within that range, I think. Because I believe I had 20 bottles and I ended up getting like, did I get 40 gold back? And then what do I see in my, or no? So
Well,
60 bottles.
you
No,
only
because
sold
I
a
did.
few last time.
What?
Um,
Okay, because I bought 60 and you said it was a gold for 10, right?
For 10 bottles.
10 bottles, it was a gold.
Yeah.
So, for 10 bottles, it was 1 gold. So I bought 60, so that's 6 gold. So I had, okay, I had 11, and I believe I bought, so I had 11 gold, spent 6 of it to buy the bottles, and I got 20 bottles last time. But I don't know how much gold I started with.
I don't know. So what
But
we're gonna
okay,
say,
so I don't think it was quite a gold per bottle then. So because I had 11.
Okay.
Maybe I think maybe I did start with 5 gold. So I think I sold 20
You are a
bottles
monk,
for,
so you would start with very little money.
yeah. So I think I sold 20 bottles for 6 gold. And, or something like that. Which would put it at about,
Okay, whatever you sold it before now, we're gonna figure out a price now for this to work.
okay.
Okay?
I'm
trying to do
you know what?
backwards math and it's not working.
Because it was how much silver per bottle, essentially, is how much do I buy it for again?
1 silver per bottle is basically
one
what you
silver
spend,
bottle.
so you have to sell them for more than that to make profit.
Okay. Can I do 5 silver per bottle to sell them for?
That might have been what we had before.
Yeah.
Feels familiar. It's like Thaddeus.
Somewhere around that range.
5 silver. They did sell last time. All right, we can make that work.
And then
we got some casks here.
Yes, I have 4 of them.
All right, for the casks, I'm trying to think.
How many balls would fit in the cask?
I don't know, but I'm going by a different mental thing. Okay. Trying to give you a fair price because it's significantly more.
Yeah.
He'll give you. Okay. Thaddeus prices. Thaddeus prices will buy 1 cider bottle, 5 silver. I think he'll buy a cask for 5 gold.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So selling the bottles and the kegs or casks, that puts me at 50 gold from selling all that.
Yes.
I have some money.
You have money.
Got that pocket change.
pleasure doing business with you. He begins helping you load things off. And you see he's a bit taller than you, and he's very muscular. This is the manliest of mans. And an interesting thing you see as you're helping unload, if you choose to help unload.
Yeah, I will.
Thaddeus, in addition to just being a big old muscly dude, you do notice a few scars on his arms that are healed up, but you do recognize them as not dissimilar to perhaps a scar or two that you yourself have, being from a blade or a spear or something.
Okay. Okay.
Just something to observe as he's rolled up his sleeves.
The man studies the blade.
If you don't mind me asking, where did you get that scar from?
Pirates.
Ah,
Ah, yes. I used to spend quite a bit of time adventuring about, discovering what I could, finding all manner of strange beasts and monsters and villains. Spent some time out on the high seas, and I do want to get back out on the seas one day.
yeah, adventuring is always a good time until, well, bad things happen.
True enough. That's why I stopped. I realized life on the road like that, it can be very worth it and very rewarding.
You can, yeah.
But it comes at a cost.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the business.
Thanks for the business.
All right.
Have a good day.
And you too. And I will head off back to the manor.
All right, yeah, you head back. So you have all returned.
Very successful trip, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
You posted your flyers. Caspian got suit commissions. A suit commission for now.
A suit commission.
One suit.
Cedric has sold booze. Does Billy want to do anything?
Yes, but Billy wasn't in town.
Okay, but does Billy want to do something now?
Yes.
What is Billy doing for $1?
Billy's gonna just kind of walk around the property and look for anything that seems like sus or like, I guess not look for, but just like kind of go around and just like, actually, I want to find the snake.
Okay. So you go in search of Asmodeus, as well as keeping an eye out for sus things.
Mm-hmm.
You look out a window and you see Ern is...
Don't, though.
Oh, wait. That's right. That's right, you don't look out
I
a window.
don't.
You pass through the backyard and you hear Ern filling bags with sand. Gotta prepare for the fortification.
Oh.
Of course, Ern. Of course.
They'll be coming. They all laughed at me.
All right, I'm going to be right back.
When we're under attack, they'll be begging to get behind these bags of dirt.
Do I know which way the beach is?
Yes. I will say so.
Okay. I will head that way.
Okay, so you don't want to see the snake.
I do, but I didn't think I saw it.
No. You can find it.
Okay.
You can head up to the basement if you wish.
I do.
You head up to the basement. You pull the thing down, climb up there.
Asmodeus, I cast tongues.
On yourself?
No, on the snake. Oh wait, I can't. I don't know if the snake is here yet. Okay, Asmodeus. All right, now I cast.
You feel the large form slither through the room.
Mm.
I touch him and cast tongues.
What brings you to my abode?
So we're still looking for the invisible creature that's been or dead creature. We don't know if it's a curse or a haunting or what. Something's in the house. And I've just come to update you also on your living situation. I haven't talked with the others, but I think, well, we did talk about it a little, didn't we?
We did. Some.
Did we decide on the mines? Is that what we said?
We said the mines might be a good idea.
All right. So we're talking about the mines. And I was wondering if you wanted to come see them with me. See if they're to your liking.
I will follow.
Great. And I'm gonna lead him towards the mines.
All right. You escort Asmodeus to the mines, so you are walking through the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear going through the brush, crinkling through, occasionally going over dried leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Birds, kind of, you hear them like make word sounds like and then like fly off as this big snake, occasionally eerily silent, makes its way through the brush with you until you guys make your way to the mines. The faint smell of blueberries is in the air from the bushes near these mines.
Yes.
As we had discussed, the blueberry bushes that were nearby.
We gotta keep that ox under close guard.
Perhaps.
I mean, I don't know. So.
This is called foreshadowing.
I feel it hard.
And you approach the gate with its big old sign that says "Do not enter."
I can't read.
Great.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Exactly.
Oh, it says danger actually.
Well, either way.
Still can't read.
Still can't.
The mine slopes downward into the mountain. Most of the shafts are closed off by the cave-in that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the two clear branches are the ornate door, which I believe you guys opened, and found a shrine dedicated to Lily Brass and Siri Watane. And the foreman's office, which burned Grania when they tried to open it because there's a fucking lava fissure in that room.
That's true.
Yeah.
The room itself is okay to be in if sweltering hot. The metal door is scalding, however, and probably still open.
Yeah.
So the whole cave is just warm.
All right. I'm gonna look at, or not look at, just kind of feel along the collapsed areas and see if there's any loose rocks or stuff that I could go through, maybe, or not go through, but like pull out and make like a space.
Nothing you could move for a snake this large.
Okay.
And not without magic or a team of miners.
Okay.
Or one particularly powerful miner.
Ooh.
Where was that rock person? I mean, I don't know where, but like, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna show Asmodeus around. Be like, we can't get in there yet, but we'll figure out some way. Maybe that has more promise. But for now, we have these 2 rooms and this passageway, I guess. I don't know what it looks like.
I mean, it's essentially 100-foot hole in the mountain that has 2 paths, 2 rooms.
Okay, yeah.
It is warm here.
Is that good or bad?
Good.
Good. Okay. Yes. So we'll figure out how to open the other passages. But for now, if you want to stay in here, that's fine. Or you could come back to the house until we have cleared out the passages.
I will stay here for now to try it.
Okay.
And you make your way back?
Yes.
All right. You guys all return home. You see Billy coming out of the woods, the jungle, guys, as you make your way back. As Grania, as you're walking, you are being caught up to by Cedric on a cart with being pulled by a big blue K-box.
Cool. I hop right on up there. I want in. I want to ride too.
Want to ride for what? Is that?
And you guys end up passing Caspian as well on the road home.
We ride by and we're like...
I keep my eyes on the road and my hands upon the reins.
Because Cedric is a sensible, responsible driver.
I'm sitting next to Cedric like this.
I'm going to run up and jump in the back of the wagon.
Hey!
Hello.
How'd your sock thing go?
The sock thing? Oh yes, I'm commissioned to do a suit, and I might die.
Hey, that's great.
You would
that
think
you
so.
might that you're gonna make a suit.
Yes. Thank you.
Wait, how come you might die?
Honestly, I think the man killed his previous tailor.
And you're sure this is a job you kind of want to take?
He seems to be a person of means, and if this is successful, well, then I can not only have a loyal customer base, but my work might get out there more.
Also, if he killed his previous tailor, what would he do to someone who refused to tailor for him?
That's true. Listen, look, we all work until we die. Not all of us can do it as long as Carl Stagg did, right?
Rest his soul, no.
Yep.
And at that moment, as you guys see Billy coming out of the jungle, and you're all in the cart, you're parking the cart, there's a...
Oh.
The ground shakes for about 10 seconds.
I'm gonna run back to the mine. Make sure nothing caved in.
Billy begins running.
Okay.
Can you see where you're going? No, of course you can.
I will. Did I finish parking the K-Pox?
Yes.
Okay. I will run over after Billy, so
I
that
look at
there's someone
Casper.
that can see.
All right, yeah.
What?
And you know Billy well enough to know they can navigate around through their own sense, but you catch
Yeah,
up to them very quickly.
but still, someone that can see
Yeah.
specifically what's going on is valuable.
Yes.
I mean,
Billy,
I
you
look
catch
at
the whiff of
Caspian.
alcohol
Like,
on the air that tells you Cedric is nearby.
Hi, Cedric.
What do you think that was about?
I don't know. Do you think we should go too?
You do you want to go?
I don't.
If I'm being honest, neither do I.
Hey, let's go in the house and
Yes.
see
Yeah.
if there's any more cider. If there's any left.
There is none.
I might think that you can be incredibly rude and insensitive, but right now you're
Thank
a
you.
genius.
Yes. Let's go. We go to see if there's any more boots.
Yeah, you make your way inside. You go down the basement, into the basement from the kitchen. And neither of you have dark vision, so you need to light a light source of some sort.
Yeah, sure.
Cool, what do you do?
That's a
I
really
leave
good
this to you.
question.
You got light spell?
Do I have a light spell?
Yeah.
You're at the door and you realize it's pitch black in the cavern. In the basement. Not the cavern. Basement.
Because I could just light a candle or I could go get calcifer. But like it'd be easier if we have a light spell.
Just prestidigitation doesn't do anything. It just cleans things, really.
You can create sparks with it. So
True,
potentially it has
true.
a chance for a little bit of light.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk outside. I'm going to wrap some cheap cloth around a stick I found by the forest. Prestidigitation, a spark on it.
We can light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. So.
Oh, are there any torches or candles down below? You know what? I'll see if there are. I'm gonna snap for just prestidigitation and see if it triggers anything.
Yeah, there's a candle on the wall.
I snap my finger and then just like a guy downstairs lights on fire.
Oh.
The greatest use of prestidigitation I've ever seen was a fucking Acquisitions Incorporated game where like they were being attacked by fucking fire elementals and like one thing was described as like a robot thing with fire in its chest. Like, and fucking Jim Darkmagic was like, prestidigitation says I can snuff out a small campfire. Would you say that is campfire sized? He's like, yeah. And the DM just let him fucking kill a fire elemental thing with a cantrip. Like, no damage.
That's funny.
He let them get away with so much shit. Yeah, you light one candle. Thurwick comes along with a candle in a little holder. It's like, yeah.
Thank you. I take the candle. Well, let's go look.
Here we go.
You guys go down. Your darkness problem is solved.
Now
for
we
mildly inconvenience you for a moment.
We need to put some lights down here or something.
Yeah. Torches.
You make your way to Cedric's giant cask of cider.
Is there any left in there?
You have a cup, presumably, and you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cedric, is there any left in there?
I think I emptied it all out with the balls and the kegs. I'm not
All
completely
of
sure.
it?
We
I
get like a
don't
few.
know how much it would fit, because there was originally 20 bottles of cider, and then there was another 60 bottles, so that's 80 bottles of cider, then 4 casks.
I think you get the dregs of it.
Hey,
Yeah, we get some
I'll
drips.
take it.
You get
There's
the
a little
part with
left.
all the
There's a
little
We
little.
get like this much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a little bit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's the most alcoholic part.
Well,
Well,
kind of a bust.
say, I'm curious. Do you think this sounds weird? And I know you're going to make fun of me in a moment.
Yeah, I will.
But do you think the strange disappearances of items shifting around, as well as the earthquakes that we've been getting, have to do with the house? Because I've been I forgot, but I've been meaning to ask if earthquakes happen outside of this area. It just happens so often. It's strange.
I've never felt one outside the house.
Neither have I.
I will say, Grania, having lived here most of your life, if not all of your life, earthquakes happen. You're on a volcanic island. They're not everyday common.
Yeah.
Not in Silverstruck.
I relayed the information.
Well, yes. Don't you find it strange?
Yes. Just like the frequency alone
It's like
is
California.
certainly odd.
Not to mention the strange door down below.
Right. It's a good door. Yeah, there's weird shit going on in this house for sure. Don't think it's a ghost, but and I think what's his name? Thurwick is like real tight-lipped about it.
Is the ghost.
Thurwick does seem to be rather to himself with a lot of information.
I think he's kind of sketchy.
Perhaps he might be. Yes. He could be up to something or has been instructed to be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely odd. For sure.
Do you want to do a quick look over the house to see if we find anything strange?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
All right, well,
Yeah,
you guys are doing that. Cedric and Billy have made their way back to the mines. At the Brazen Mine, make your way there. You're there.
Is there any sign of anything like cave-in or anything?
You make your way in, and not really, no.
Okay.
The snake is curled up currently. Doesn't seem to be very disturbed by it.
Okay. Is there? You said it was on like a what? It goes down into like a mountain. You said.
It goes down. It goes 100 feet into the mountain. That is Inkwell.
Oh wait. Okay, wait. Show me where it is. Like, is it on like the Inkwell? Like, is that the volcano?
Inkwell is the volcano.
Okay.
Hence the lava flow directly in the next room.
I mean, that makes sense. I should have figured.
Cedric, you were also there.
Yeah. I mean, nothing looks caved in, so.
Nothing that wasn't already caved in.
All right.
You have your thinking face on.
I do.
We split the party.
Dun dun dun.
And now the snake strikes.
Oh no! He was my friend. Betrayal.
House on the hill.
Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Both good games.
I'm gonna go back into the jungle since nothing's seems out of place, and I'm just gonna kind of God damn it, I can't look. How big was the earthquake?
That one was a small one.
Okay.
It was a 10-second tremor, as opposed to some of the ones you felt that on my earthquake table. That have rocked the estate for about 2 minutes.
Oof. Okay.
I don't think I've ever rolled a nat 1 on the earthquake table.
What happens if you roll a nat 1 on an earthquake?
Well, it's not good.
Oofa doofa.
Doesn't sound like a fun time then.
My mom works at Inkwell Peak, yes?
Yes.
What does she teach again?
Geology.
That's a great. We talked about this and I don't remember.
I know. You have it written down or something?
No, I think
Don't you? It's your mother.
Ravella, but I don't have what she does.
She teaches
how to make the perfect ice cream sandwich.
I had an idea and I don't remember it.
All right. So this wasn't a big one. When was the last big one?
The last big one was probably like last week.
Okay. I'm gonna send a message to my mom, so I'm gonna cast sending.
Okay.
And is she at Inkwell Peak right now?
Yeah, probably most likely.
So I'm gonna. Okay, got it. Okay, hold on. Where'd my pencil go? I don't know where the pencil went. Okay, well, I just gotta know that I have no spell slots level 3 anymore. Hey, Mom. Did you feel that earthquake? No, earthquake. Wait. Felt it over at Brass Manor? One or two words?
One word.
Manor or Brass?
Manor is one word.
And Brass Manor is 2 words.
Brass Manor is 2 words. Yes, that's how words work.
Okay, I was just okay. Fuck. Okay.
It's 13.
Yeah, I know.
This is my favorite part of Critical Role now. Whenever Jester sends a sending spell, and you just see the other ones counting. And she's trying to use every single word. So she'll just like.
You pooping?
You pooping?
You can reply to this message.
You can reply to this message.
Miss you.
Yeah.
Do
you know anything about Brass Manor? That's 20, right?
Mm-hmm. 5 more.
Miss you, love you, bye. Or Billy instead of bye. Billy.
Well, she knows it's from you.
Oh, that's right. Well, I say Billy anyway. All right, and I wait for a response.
All right. You hear the response. No, haven't heard felt anything here. What did you ask?
I asked if she'd felt the earth, or I said
Felt the
we had
earthquake.
the earthquake. Did she feel the earthquake? Does she know anything about Brass Manor?
Love you, miss you, bye.
Love you, miss you, bye. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we talked about this. I think maybe she's like transmutation.
I feel like that was right.
Feels
Yeah.
right. Nothing here. I don't know a great deal of the place. Guess that's where the Brasses live. Love you too.
All right.
And they owe us Mongo bucks.
All right. I guess I head back to the manor.
All right. Cedric, do you have anything you want to do in the mines?
No, not really.
Do a little dance, head back in.
I just moonwalk back to the manor. No.
While nobody's watching.
All right, you guys make your way back to the manor. Meanwhile, you two are exploring the house.
Yep.
Yeah, we are.
What are you exploring?
That's a great question.
Our inner thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, that's worth it. All right, cool.
No,
Probably.
So I've already looked for any secret openings, entrances, right?
Yes, you used the spell that allows you to basically see the whole of a property or a design of some object near you. I'm trying to look at the name of that spell.
Isn't it Phantom Inspection?
Phantom Inspection, thank you.
Yeah.
So you've used Phantom Inspection. You've already seen the layout of this house pretty much. So what would you like to check out? There could be things you haven't found that just aren't in the integral structure of the house. There could also be things outside of the house that are still on the estate.
Well, to keep it simple, I think I'm going to check for secret compartments that hold things. I think that would be good. Searching through drawers. I think we also should actually we should actually look through the ballroom in more detail. All the other rooms we should kind of look through.
Okay.
More alertly, I suppose.
Where do you want to start? You mentioned the ballroom.
We could go there first. It might be good to get that out of the way.
Yeah. Cool, let's go.
You can talk to the bees, yes?
I can talk to bees, yes. Well, I can talk to all animals.
You wouldn't mind making sure they don't attack us?
I won't. I'll start and be like, hey bees.
Okay, yeah, you guys make you're talking and walking, you've made your way up to the room to the doors to the ballroom, which are shut very tightly, and you can hear a slight buzzing beyond.
Hey bees.
It's like, I knew they were trouble as soon as they walked in. They were ready to head to that ballroom.
Your girl.
And they were ready to dance with death. You hear that coming from the parlor, which is right next to the ballroom. Kip is in there.
Kip.
Thanks, Kip.
He has apparently found a pencil that he's using as a pipe.
Kip, I'm gonna
Hey.
kick you in the head.
Okay. What are we doing?
We're gonna go see what these bees are all about. Hey,
I mean,
bees.
making honey, really.
Yeah, but well, we're looking around the house because your house is sketchy as fuck.
Fair.
Hey, bees.
Your house is sketchy as fuck too, though. Too.
Yeah, we both live here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's your house. It's also your sketchiness.
Well,
so
then
you
help
see
me
the
make it
bees-
less sketchy, my guy.
Then you go up to the bees like, intruders, exterminate!
No, bees, remember?
Why are the bees Felix?
Bees, do you remember? It's me. We talked about this. Stop. Bees, come on. It's me.
Explain yourself.
We want to come into the ballroom and take a look around. Have you guys felt the earth moving?
Yes, the shivers and the shakes.
We're trying to see what we can do to stop the shivers and the shakes. We're trying to see why it's happening so frequently. And this is one of the rooms we haven't looked in yet. So if we come in here, you promise you won't sting us?
No stings. No stings.
Cool. Okay.
Do you like
Hey.
jazz?
They say we're good.
Just one voice in the background. You like jazz? And like
It's okay.
Every other bee is like, shut up.
He's like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're good, Casper.
If you think so. And my name is Caspian.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What is the deal with these humans?
Okay, we're in there now, and we're looking around.
Yeah, we're looking.
Birds try to poop on each other? They're summoning cats? Humans are crazy. You're in the ballroom. You're looking around. Yeah, you see this lovely ballroom that is a part of your house. Next, the grand ballroom is made completely of glass. Its diamond-shaped ceiling vaults all the way past the second floor. The roof has miraculously escaped damage, though there are a few panes missing or broken along the western wall. There's also a big old beehive in the northern wall. What are you looking? What are you looking for? Secret doors, compartments?
Compartments, secret doors, that sort of thing.
Make a perception check.
Also, too, it might be worth.
I will as well.
I'm
All
going
right,
to whisper.
Are you with us?
Billy and Cedric have arrived.
Oh,
What's up, guys?
okay. I thought that we were already with them. Sorry.
You have arrived. Because Cedric is very fast.
I'll roll 2 and see how it goes.
Old Billy.
It didn't go.
I was like,
And you
why are
find
you so fast?
Well,
you
I was-
see the ballroom doors open, and that's generally not a great sign. Cedric.
Okay.
I have a 13.
I got a 9.
What did you get, Matt?
I got a 6.
Can
All right.
I do it as well?
You guys just come in and start searching with no explanation?
I mean,
I'm
I would ask
distracted
what
by
was
the
going on, but
bees.
if they told me to search, I would search.
Billy and Cedric enter the room, guys, as you guys are touching around.
Hey,
We're looking for secret compartments. Help us out.
looking for weird stuff.
Alright.
I can help.
All right, Cedric, you rolled already. Billy, you can roll.
Alright.
But none of you are finding anything.
Nope.
That's a 17 plus 6. Is it perception?
Hey,
Is it perception?
Oh yeah, Kip has to roll too. Yes.
Okay, so that's a 20. No. Yes, 23. Right? 17.
The blind
26.
person is beating us in perception.
Okay, Billy, you
listen, he's very capable.
you guys are kind of searching around. You're like Obviously, there's not going to be anything in the glass, so you guys are searching the floor. You guys are searching, and you think for a moment, Grania and Caspian, that you found maybe a secret compartment, and then it just turns out to be a loose floor tile that you pulled up.
Dip.
Put it back down. Glue that back on later. Billy, you walk around. You're feeling against the walls that aren't made of glass.
Right.
Your elven perception allowing you to hear every little click, every floor tile that moves under your feet. And you do not find any secret doors or compartments.
Okay.
I kind of like whisper, it might be, we might find something if we remove the hive.
Oh, you mean behind the hive? Like behind it?
Yes, like behind the hive.
Let me ask. Hey, bees. What's your hive built on?
Glass?
It's on the window?
You can kind of see what it's built on. It's on the window. It's on one of the broken windows and kind of built up on both sides of it.
I wonder if there might be something inside the hive. How about that?
Hey, bees. Is there anything in there with you?
Honey.
Bees?
Honey.
Well, yeah. And anything else?
The queen.
Wonderfully.
Sounds like it's just bee shit.
Babies.
Baby.
Baby bees.
Babies.
Baby.
And
Oh.
bees.
Just like babies. Oh, like baby bees? No.
Babies.
Bees. Many bees. The
Cool.
hive.
Okay.
The hive.
Well, that's not helpful.
Not particularly.
No. Well, let's continue our search elsewhere.
Cool. Off we go.
I'm going to also.
I know none of us are apiarists, but you did say you found like some old beehives in the back, right, Cedric? Or earned it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Did I find old beehives?
Near the
We did.
vertegrape orchard, there are some old beehives.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where we got the tools, right? They were in that.
No, we found the tools in the actual.
No, they were in
beehive.
the actual beehive with bees.
Oh.
But there are some bee houses
Could
that
you
are built
ask
near the grapes that
Grania,
are currently unoccupied.
ask the bees if they would be okay with being relocated?
Hey, bees. Would you guys be more comfortable? Hey, listen, I've got an opportunity for you. There are these amazing bee houses outside in the sunshine. It's lovely. We could take you and your babies and your honey and your honeycomb and your queen, and I could put you out in these bee houses. They're super nice in the sun. You wouldn't have to be cooped up in this weird ballroom all the time. And they're bigger too.
This is a question for the queen. We follow the queen.
Well, what does the queen say?
You all hear all the rest of you hear is buzzing.
Yeah.
And there is an outpouring of bees.
Oh. And you hear small
see
trumpets.
One big butt bee
Big butt bee
come out. It's like, you bring offerings of new home.
Yeah.
Better home.
Yes.
Mm. What
Cool.
is new home?
What is it?
What is it? Where is it? Is it better than current hive? The
It is
current
better
hive
than
is
current
best
hive.
suitable place to live.
It is better than current hive. It is still on this property, so not far from here. And it's yeah, you'll like it.
It has 3,023.5 baths.
Yep,
Yep.
that's true. That's the truth.
Take us to this place,
Let's
and we
go.
shall see.
I lead a little bee parade like I'm some sort of Pied Piper.
Can the queen actually fly? So
The queen cannot. Well, the queen can, kind of. Queens can fly, can't they?
Well, not after a while, I would imagine.
They're bees.
Not after a while.
They have to be able to relocate. So
Someone will need to carry the queen.
I will
You
carry
can.
the
I'll
queen.
carry the queen.
Okay, you can
And
carry
you
the
know
queen.
what that means.
Let's go.
You put out your hand for the queen, and the queen crawls onto your arm, and is followed by many bees.
Yeah.
Sonya becomes covered in bees.
Just like a
Cool.
bee suit.
Hey guys, I'm actually.
Caspian's
This
just
is
looking
pretty cool.
open-mouthed.
Yeah, there's just like bees all over Granya's arm.
You want some
Want some what?
bees?
No.
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 It's nice. It's like a kind of massage for the hand.
You're insane.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go. I take the bees to their new home.
Follow the queen! The queen!
Yes, that is me. That's me putting the bees away. That's the sound it makes.
You begin walking out, and I don't know if you've ever been out to the grape orchards.
I don't know either.
Oh, no.
So Cedric will have to lead you.
Yeah, I will lead.
What did you send in the chat?
It's Grania.
What?
Oh, yes.
Go to general.
Is there a person covered in bees?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in easy access. Wait, fuck.
You look like
Nice.
Lucky.
I'm like, hey, Caspian. Listen, we've had a pretty good day today, I think.
Yes.
And I'm just really I just really appreciate kind of your friendship. I just want to give you a big hug.
I cast fly.
Big hug.
I cast fly, and I am hovering at the top of the ceiling. Stay away from me.
I just want to give you a big hug, showing my friendship. I thought we've kind of come a long way.
Crazy bee woman, leave me.
Since I accidentally killed your bird, I thought we've come like a long way. I thought I could give you a hug.
You spawn of evil.
Cool, good talk. Anyways, that's the sound of me putting the bees away.
Nope. No, we're removing the bees now. There's a thing now. You begin marching over to the bees, to the apiaries. That are no do. It's not that easy. Not that easy. It's process. No do. Cedric leads you to the abandoned beehives. If the rest of you wish to go, you can also go there.
Yes. I do.
What do?
What it do? What it?
You make your way to the beehives. These little houses built for bees. And they're kind of empty at the moment. They could use a good cleaning, perhaps. But the queen Takes a
Oh,
look.
I'm sure. Oh, yes. I prestidigitation.
Thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
You clean up all the filth that was inside with quick prestidigitation's magic. Caspian waves his hand, and the beehive is clean. The wood is clean.
I go like this, but I feel like you can't even see my fingers. It's just like a mass of bees. I'm like, and it's just bees.
Oh.
This will suffice.
Great.
Is a good home. Warm, cold enough, warm enough, yes. Begin the migration.
What are you doing? Throwing the bees inside? One at a time?
No,
Yeah.
no, they're going into her mouth and she's spitting them into the beehive.
She's the pain.
Like watermelon seeds.
Yes.
No, I'm putting my hands down so they can crawl off.
Yeah, no, they fly and crawl off you, en masse.
I'm smiling, and then I go over to Cedric. Cedric,
Yeah.
snatch some honey before they notice.
I think
Neat.
that we should maybe ask them since
I think
We
Caspian means
have-
from the old hive, right?
Well, it's the old hive. They won't notice.
oh from the old hive.
I mean, you
Okay,
can
yeah.
take from the old hive and the new hive with the bees. You guys know how
Yeah,
beekeeping
yeah.
works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, why don't we just ask
Yeah.
the bees for permission to take some honey?
Hey, bees.
Bees are basically like the animals that are most okay with and consenting to being kept.
Yeah.
Hey, bees.
They fucking leave if they're not well kept.
Yeah.
They can fly away.
They just leave.
Yeah.
And they do leave bad beekeepers. like they're cool with you taking their honey, cause it's okay. Like
They make plenty.
they fucking leave if they're not cool with it. You're talking to the bees again? I'm sorry.
Yep. Hey, bees.
Yes.
While you guys are settling in, we're gonna take a little honey, okay?
Acceptable.
Okay. Bye, bees. Love you.
I'll take some honey then.
Bees, I love you.
What is love?
Okay.
You don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt
The
me.
bees begin their migration process of going from the ballroom to the beehives. in
Nice.
the
We did
orchard.
it. We did
And
it.
that is one beehive down.
Oh, does the other
One.
one have a different queen?
How many beehives are there?
Oh shit.
Two.
The other one has a different queen,
Okay.
guys.
Yeah, it's a different hive.
Oh shit. They're not gonna like it.
No, I mean there's more than one bee house.
Oh, okay.
They're probably
Yeah.
fine.
They could be roommates.
Oh my
A single
God,
hive
they
is
could
like
be
a single
roommates.
person, right?
That's fine.
And they were roommates.
Oh my God, they were.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to convince the others. You've done it before.
Yeah.
And I would love for this ballroom to be bee-free.
To
Yeah.
be free.
And your wine orchard is looking much better, Cedric.
Alright.
As you've been taking care of them, trimming back the vines and allowing them to flower, they are beginning to flower a bit more, which is going to be very good for the bees. And the bees are definitely going to help things along.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you guys make your way back.
Mads, what time is your thing?
4:30.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 4. I got worried.
It was
Alright.
at 4, and then they changed it.
What's next?
Nice.
What's next on the agenda? More bees.
Let's keep
I mean-
looking for.
Let's keep looking.
Have you
Yeah,
guys-
Wait, did we move the other bees as well?
we can do that later. We've started something.
Getting off topic again. How familiar are you guys with the Metal Gear Solid 3?
Not
Because I can't help but think of that one guy who's like controls bees and he shoots you with bee bullets.
Oh my god.
That's fun.
The pain.
It's a living.
The characters in Metal Gear are fucking whack, guys.
Psycho Mantis.
Psycho Mantis. The pain shoots bees at you. Alright, so moving on.
Have we looked in the workshop yet to see if there's anything hidden in there? And did Caspian do the phantom inspection in that part?
Also, you guys see urn filling bags with sand.
Fair. Yeah, do your thing.
I think before we go and search outside the house, we should finish looking through every last bit inside.
But doesn't the phantom inspection, like, get all that?
I could cast a spell. It's not that difficult. I'm just saying we should finish looking inside the house.
I suppose.
The workshop's outside.
Just checking this. So you go outside to make your way to the workshop, the second largest building on the property.
Oh,
the workshop is not connected to the house.
No, I know, but Caspian was saying that we needed to do the house first.
Well, yeah, it's not that far from the main house, so.
All right.
And you've never phantom inspected the workshop.
That's fair. I will go ahead and quickly do this.
Hey, wait, when you do a phantom inspection and it shows all the rooms and stuff, does it show what's in the rooms?
So that's the interesting thing. So
phantom inspection
I'm looking at it right now to try and get that.
Will show the structure of the house.
Yes,
of the house.
It shows the structure. So I'm going to take that as meaning it doesn't, like, if there's a desk in a room, or like a bed, it doesn't show that.
Yeah, it shows.
But it does note here that you can lift, pull, or split the illusion into pieces, which can reveal structural flaws. You want to look at the structure and make sure everything's copacetic. Or hidden rooms or alcoves, but doesn't reveal the contents that may be hidden within. So
good. Okay, so you
can, like, on the manor and the workshop and whatever, go zoom in everywhere, and you actually have seen a fair bit of your house just from the snake hunt and your secret rooms hunt. So you're probably pretty good as far as the manor is concerned, as far as anything you could pick up with phantom inspection.
Okay, so
which
let's
would
go
be
to the
anything
workshop.
Built into the house, essentially. Like,
great, Caspian. That means no matter what, you won't find my porn stash. So go ahead and fire it up.
I didn't need to know you had that.
Thirsty Lesbians Monthly.
I know, yeah, it's called Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Thirsty Sword Lesbians Monthly.
Yeah, so I walk in to the workshop, and I
instantly see Betty Snoop is sitting on a copy of Thirsty Sword Lesbians Monthly.
Betty, you minx.
What is that?
She's just doing a bit of light reading.
That looks salacious.
It is, yes.
Anyway, I take out the hand mirror.
Oh, mirror gold?
Yeah, I take out mirror gold. And I'm going to cast the spell. And I'm going to see if I can see what I can see.
All right. And are you attuned to mirror gold at this point?
I am.
All right, cool. You are, because you've kind of done the spell thing. I think maybe once or twice. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. So yeah, you take out mirror gold, and mirror gold is like, all right, let's do this, baby. And the illusion pops up, and mirror gold's eye kind of glows for a second. There's like a greenish light, and then this phantom version of the workshop glows in front of you. And you now see the structure of the workshop. Which flip pages. I shouldn't have undone that. Okay, here we are. The workshop. You see the forge is kind of built into it. You see there are rafters, which are very strong. No, you don't. Structurally, it looks like everything is a-okay.
Okay.
You see, you just see this big, very large building with a little weather vane on top. There is an upper area. Yeah, there is an upper mezzanine that has workbenches.
Okay.
Could have sworn there was a little bit where it's like, oh, there's some paint stuff up there, which isn't something that you would find, but it's like something I'm seeing now where I'm like, wait, I have gotten multiple pieces of information about this, and I'm not sure where I got that now. Oh wait, here it is, in repair the workshop. Okay. You zooming in and out, Caspian, as you look around the different bits of the workshop, you do not find anything that is in dire need of repairs, beyond a bit of, TLC, or any secrets.
No secrets. Unfortunately.
Well, no secrets that were too secret for me to know about anyway.
I suppose the only other place to look is outside the manor.
There's also a servant's quarters and a greenhouse.
Oh, we should for sure check out the servants' quarters because Thorwick is sad.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay.
Now we're there.
Okay, yeah, you guys go to the servants' quarters. I don't think you guys have really been in here much. Maybe
No.
you checked it out in your first inspection. You see, it is a large bunkhouse, where you could have for general contractors and staff, and there are some private rooms that could be for more senior staff and full-time staff. And you see one room is Thorwick's. The door currently open, and it is the only one currently occupied because he is the only staff on hand at the moment.
Is Thorwick there?
Yes, he is there, and you see. He's decided this now. There's a little kitchenette in the bunkhouse, and you see he's currently making something on the stove there.
Thorwick?
Yes, what do you want?
Is that a working stove?
Yes.
I take the door and I slowly close it. I am very close to firing that man.
Yeah, I really don't like that guy.
I think he's all right.
I trust him about as far as I could throw him.
I don't see
We
the
have
problem
been
with him,
eating
but
soggy oatmeal because we could not have a working fire.
And worse. Dry oatmeal.
I can think of better. Like cooked properly oatmeal that we could have had for a long time if he would have let us know that there was another stove.
You guys were having cereal too. There was cereal.
Hey, it was a weird flex on his part, for sure.
Yeah, that was a 5 seconds ago thing. I just thought, like, what if he just had a working kitchenette at this thing? Because I was like, okay, what else would the servants' quarter need? Because they couldn't just come in the house all the time, probably. That could work.
Bitch.
You know what? I'll probably confront him about it. And do you know what he's going to say? He's going to say, "Well, you'll never ask."
I mean, you didn't.
Cedric,
That's true. We didn't.
you make me want to strike you again.
I'm sorry.
What about that?
Let's just search and find what we're looking for, hopefully.
Okay.
What are we?
I
looking
leaned
for
into
exactly?
to Casper, and I'm like, just for the record,
Hmm?
if it ever comes to blows,
Mhm.
to fisticuffs,
Mhm.
I think you could take him.
Oh my god.
Tries to take the monk in fisticuffs.
I mean, I think so too.
You could take him.
Yes, I could, but you know, I only speak of through frustration. He's never done anything to anger me, unlike
Okay.
other people.
Unlike me.
Yes,
You can say it, honey. Use your words.
Another day.
Okay. Let me know. I'll write it in my schedule.
So what were we looking for exactly? I was never clear on that.
Oh, we're looking for stuff.
Secrets.
Anything sus.
The kind of
Let's-
secrets that can only be found by being excellent sleuths.
I've already used up my spell slots.
Well,
Or,
can't we just kind of look?
Yes. I'm gonna roll investigation.
I am
All right, you guys
too.
enter,
I
and you can roll perception.
Cool.
I will roll perception.
I will as well.
Can I roll investigation?
Investigation, so the distinction I'm making for the two of those, perception is if you're looking for something that you don't know where it is necessarily.
Gotcha.
You're looking for something. Investigation is you're checking out something that you know exists.
Okay. I got a 15.
If I could roll higher than 10 on the die, that would be great.
Yeah.
I got a
I
22.
got 8.
What was that, Jonathan?
I have a 15 as well.
Hey.
I got
Yeah.
12.
22.
All
I
right.
got a row.
Once again, you guys are checking out the place. You're checking out the servants' quarters. Got some old beds. They could be updated, as it's been a while. The private rooms aren't too bad. If you had to move someone in, they could be fixed without too much trouble. Just a
Okay.
little bit, clean it up a bit, sweep up some dust, clean the window, Not a lot.
Yes.
But Billy, you once again going through this place, running your hands along the walls. You get a pretty good sense of this place. All of you guys working together, and you know no secret compartments in the servants' quarters.
Billy's like a Hufflepuff. They're great finders.
Really good finders.
That's a
And a
Star
little bit
Kid
past
reference.
the-
What the hell is a Hufflepuff?
We're great finders.
Find yourself in a world of fucking hurt. Find yourself the lord of the fucking. I saw a stupid thing, a funny thing the other day. Someone pointed out, like, there's a bit during the winter where it's like, how did the Weasley twins, like charmed snowballs to fly at the back of Professor Quirrell's turban? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, want to fucking point out that that Fred and George animated snowballs to hit Voldemort in the fucking face.
Powerful.
It's like, that's great. That's funny.
Fred and George fighting evil since day one.
How much time is left in the day?
You still got most of the day. Half a day. You spent actually a good portion of the day. All of you guys adventuring about into town. So it's afternoon.
Okay.
What are your plans, people?
To get rich.
I'm wondering. Oh, sorry.
Bitches get money.
Yeah. Do we have any knowledge on, other than the ocean where we traveled, and we didn't really investigate it all that much either. Where else does this place lead? We should go search that.
Oh, what place? What do you mean?
The whole land.
The
We haven't
estate.
really,
Okay, yeah,
the
I can get to that in a
estate.
second. Also, one thing I forgot. So one thing you do find, and this isn't hidden, there is a door for it, is that I think there is a tunnel that goes from, and you guys would have known about this already. Yes. Yeah, there's an underground passageway that goes from the servants' quarters to the kitchen. It kind of intersects with the stairway in the basement. So this is connected to the main house by an underground passage. But yeah, as far as the rest of the island to explore, so Caspian, something you know is there but have not spent a great amount of time there, is High Tide Beach, which is south of the manor, which is a little groove in the coastline where the sea rises up into your estate occasionally. There is the Hound, which is a rocky outcropping that you found the peridot seam in, and it looks like a dog. There is the Ripple Woods, which is the forests around your estate, which are shot through with black seams of lava rock. There is the Honey Orchard. There is the Brazen Mine. And if you want to know other places to explore or know more about them, you could ask Cleo, who has been doing essentially mapping out the estate and surveying herself.
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think maybe it might not be bad to go and possibly find someone to look through the manor and see about fixing it up.
Like just a full-on commission to repair the house.
Yeah, at least like get some kind of estimate.
An estimate would be good.
Yeah.
So we could have something to work towards.
Yeah. We can get like a jar and we could like put a line on the jar and be like, this is how high the jar needs to be full. And then
I don't think that's an accurate way of doing things unless we only put like gold coins in the jar or something.
Well,
like that.
yeah.
Okay.
Obvious.
I think with our current situation of
I'm the only one here with an artistic vision.
Getting moved around, maybe putting just a jar of money out when we're not sure what's taking stuff ain't the best idea. Also, paint her.
Yeah.
So I was
Let me think
thinking about
something.
that. The thing that keeps coming to take things. Did anything go missing today?
I
Not
mean,
that
this
I know of.
morning my paints got moved around. Still that same day.
Man,
Oh,
it
really?
just really
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
like you.
Oh, where did they end up?
They were in the fireplace.
Okay. I'm going to leave out my writer's tools and then just like well, Cedric, you're an elf too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that wasn't Billy, that was
Yeah.
Fred. Yeah, but Billy,
You're not a human.
This whole time I thought you were human.
It's like that Richard Pryor movie that he did with Gene Wilder, where like Richard Pryor is like blind, and he's like on the bus with his sister, and like I don't remember what the hell they say, but at one point he's just like, "We're not white." Oh my god! Does Dad know? It's the funniest shit.
No, I'm gonna go up to Cedric and say, do you think you could watch these for me from a distance?
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to sleep as much, so I'm gonna leave them out tonight. I know it's not night yet, right?
No.
Okay, but tonight, I would really appreciate it if you could watch these for me, and I'll be close by so you can like tell me when if they move.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to set out your rider's tools, and Cedric is going to keep watch over them?
Yes, I will be close by though. So like I'm just basically sitting there as well, but I can't see them.
You're in a trance.
Yeah.
Nearby.
I'm gonna have Perry move around and just look for anything that might be suspicious.
Sus.
Okay.
Look for
So
sus.
then, do you want to try and contact someone for the estimate today, or do that tomorrow?
I think that might be a tomorrow thing.
Okay.
Ooh, they have giant snake in this too. Okay, no, sorry. I'm looking at my old thing, and I just want to share with you how certain things used to look like old political cartoons.
Mads, do you need to go soon?
I do have to go.
All right, you will jump out for a bit. Return to us when you can, if you can.
I can probably go for a bit longer.
Okay. So does anyone have any other plans for today? For this bit?
Right.
I don't know, I guess I could start making something. How much honey am I able to get?
You get from the beehives. Let me check. There's a particular page that is very helpful in this endeavor. From what you're able to get, well, the bees are still moving stuff and doing their thing. You're able to get, roll 2d6 for me.
Okay. I will use mini dice because they are better than big dice. That is 8.
You get 8 pounds of honey.
Okay.
That you need to store somewhere.
How much honey does it take to make mead is the question.
Corn.
So Cedric has collected honey. And we'll say Ern gives you some pots to keep it in.
Okay.
You have storage, and you get to work on that.
I'll be with him so that he gets assistance. I'll help. I'll sing a little inspiring to him or something.
Okay.
I don't think. How much is 8 pounds of honey?
Let's see. 1 pound is probably a jar this big, so like.
I'm checking how much.
If you just had it in a ball, it'd probably be like this big.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that's honey.
How much is okay?
But you've got honeycombs essentially.
Okay, okay, like a jar of honey is like 1 pound of honey or so.
That's what I would say. Yeah.
So if I gave this, that's not enough to make a lot of meat.
No, but you will get more if you harvest. So.
I think I need like 10 times that to make a decent amount.
So the way that the beehives work, you will. So the honey orchard is a special thing, and basically, if you can get 4 operational hives in rotation, you could harvest the hives daily.
Okay.
Otherwise, by that logic, once every 4 days you could get honey.
Okay.
They could be harvested as such.
We have how many hives do we have right now?
You have 1 at the moment.
You know
okay,
what?
how many?
Split the other one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you'd probably need Granya's help.
Yeah.
But I'll say that Grania can do so. Will do so. And you begin transplanting the other hive as well.
Would that be another 8 pounds of honey? Nice. Or would I need to roll again?
Roll again.
No!
2 pounds.
I dropped my die.
Oh no.
7.
7 pounds.
So that's 15.
All right. So do you want to try making honey mead, or do you need more?
I think I need more because I have large casks, and 1 pound is like a normal jar of honey.
That is fine. Okay. So you put it away for now. You store it. It's not going to go bad. It's honey. That stuff lasts forever. They found some of that stuff in the ancient Egyptian tombs.
And
it's
it
still
was
good.
still good.
It's still good, which means some archaeologist had the idea to eat it.
Gee.
You eat the honey. No, you don't eat the honey. You store the honey. And in the meanwhile, you rest and take turns watching Billy's calligraphy tools. Caspian, Cleo comes home as the sun starts going down with her notebook and pen. Another hard day of work surveying your estate. Her geological survey, that's what she was doing. Jonathan? He's not there right now, is he? Huh?
I am.
You are?
I'm here.
Cleo has returned.
Oh.
From surveying the estate, which is a thing she is doing.
How dare you? No. So, what did you find?
Oh, today? Not much. I've been finding quite a few things.
Also, how are you? I forgot to leave with that first. Sorry.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm stressed. But that's me. So.
What's been going on?
I have a commission.
Ooh.
You know that rather intimidating Dragonborn family?
I think you told me about that, yeah.
Yeah. I might be doing suits for their entire family for a wedding.
That's great.
It does appear that way. It's just his tailor mysteriously disappeared one day. And I hope that's not going to be me. Getting disappeared. Whacked.
You're gonna get.
as they
You
would
think
say.
you're gonna get whacked? Yeah, I know. I gathered that.
If I mess up.
Okay. Well, if push comes to shove, we can hide you in the servants' quarters.
That makes me feel much better.
And you can pretend to be someone else. You'll be a witness relocated to here. We'll use magic to disguise you or whatever.
No, I don't feel like that's going to solve my problem.
No, it won't. No, I'm fine. He's just there now.
No.
You cannot escape this contract, Mr. Fallowfield.
He's everywhere.
I advise he is everywhere. Well, I have been exploring.
Yes?
And I found one of those surveyors that Ern was talking about.
Did you give him a good thrashing?
I did not, but I don't need to. But I was able to find something interesting from them before I kicked them off of our property.
Oh, good. And that was?
A few things. Would you like to see?
Yeah, yes.
And you go for a little walk with her. It's like sunset at the moment. You walk through the Ripple Woods, and where is it? She leads you through the woods, and you come across not part of the mountain, but rather a rocky outcropping that goes up about 20 feet. Just a big old chunk, a small hill, or a medium hill, rather. So you remember that earthquake like a week or so ago that was like really big, and then there was sounded like thunder cracking across?
I couldn't forget it.
Huh?
I couldn't forget it.
And she begins climbing up, and she puts a hand out to help you up.
I take it.
You guys climb up, and you see splitting through this hill, there is a big old fissure. And you can see inside as she holds her lantern and points it at it. She's got like a bullseye lantern. You see shining from inside that crevice, there is the glints of silver in the ground below in this fissure.
Well, I think a lot more things are making sense now.
Yep.
This is why she wants the land.
I mean, it could be one of the things. This was fairly new. This happened last week or so.
That's a lot of money down there.
A bit, however much we can get out of this hill. I don't know how far it goes, and I don't know anything about mining.
Well, neither do I. Thank you for showing me. But this is all they were looking for? Resources?
I don't think they were looking for it, but they found it. This place is filled with resources. There's the orchard, there's all kinds of bugs and fruit in the woods. Flowers. The mine maybe still has stuff. There's this. And there's one more thing I've found. I haven't gotten to everything yet, but I'm finding a lot. Come on.
Well, let's hear it.
And she leads you to the eastern edge of the estate, just beyond the mines.
Okay.
And you'd kind of were aware there was probably something around here somewhere, because when you were by the mines, you could hear rushing water, and there is rivers around this island. I think islands kind of need rivers to support any sort of life inland.
Yep.
But she brings you to the Free Falls, as they are known. This waterfalls that cascade into a crystal blue pond and feeds into a gentle creek before winding its way downslope to the east.
Wow. This is beautiful.
It is, and you know the best part?
What?
And you guys step over this little river, this little creek. And around the bend, there is a hot spring. You can see the water steaming a bit.
This is probably... Is it safe?
Yeah. I tested it out. It's not going to burn us out. I have not had a properly warm soak in so long.
That's right, our water heater is broken hot, or our water is cold.
Thurwick can heat up baths for you, that is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's just not as good.
Dragonborn fire breath can only do so much as opposed to a hot spring.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm so happy I could kiss you. I go over to feel the water.
It is hot. It's a hot spring, you expect, but it is comfortably hot. It is perfect. It's perfect for a hot spring. It's just a natural hot spring out here by this waterfall.
This is quite the discovery. Better than silver.
Well, we should be getting back though. It's late.
Yes. Thank you for showing me all of this.
You're not the only one finding some level of success out here.
No.
Because hopefully we can do something with it.
I hope so too.
I mean, the silver was probably good money, and the hot springs, well, if nothing else, no one else has to know. For now.
Yeah, Caspian gives like a wry smile. Yes. Let's not be hasty. Could be dangerous. We wouldn't want to harm any of our roommates, would we?
That's right. We don't want them to burn themselves. We don't want to make
No.
soup. Excellent.
Though that might be an improvement.
I'm imagining like a witch trying to like cook Ern, like now, like in the cauldron.
And Ern just kind of
Stop
talking her ear off.
eating the potatoes. Like,
Well,
unless you want to
do we
go
need
for a
to
dip now.
I was just going to say, we don't have to go back right now, do we?
And
I
cut
say,
to you guys are chilling in the hot spring, and it is relaxing. Caspian, you step in. I don't know if you've ever been in a natural hot spring. I think your homeland was kind of colder. And thought
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah,
This is fucking great.
this is really nice.
You feel all the tension go.
Listen, there's just something satisfying about getting in a jacuzzi. After, if you haven't for a long time, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just great. Minus like the weird guy staring at you.
Yeah.
When you get in.
No, that's the best part about this. Instead of this isn't as opposed to like an apartment jacuzzi or something where it's like it's people stew essentially. This is like a nice little secluded one in the middle of the fucking jungle.
This is nice.
On a mountain, on an island. It's great. It's perfect. You hear crickets and other like nightlife, like just making all kinds of noise. And you hear in the distance.
What was that?
And you think you remember that Cedric bought a K-Box today.
Oh, you're right.
Cedric, did you do anything to tie up the ox?
Because we have like a stables, right?
Not
kind
really.
of situation. Okay. I guess I'll have to create a pen for it.
Don't let
But
it
I do have a few questions.
Hmm.
One, so now how many beehives do we have going?
You have one.
Two?
Well, two now. Yes.
Okay. And how many gallons would you say the big cask that I made can contain?
Oh God, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Because from what I understand, apparently it takes like 3 pounds of honey per gallon of finished mead.
Okay.
So I'm just like, how many gallons?
How many gallons?
Because, I mean, what I could see is there are like 3 different types of casks, essentially.
How many gallons in an, let's say, industrial tank? Is that, like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, looking, barrel on Wikipedia has
I'm
3 types of main types of barrels. One is 59 gallons, one is 60 gallons, and one is 79 gallons.
This thing still has to fit in your basement?
Yeah.
So, wait, what the fuck? What? Hold on, I'm looking at some stuff. Son of a bitch. Oh wow, there's a chart. Okay, fucking hell. Okay, God, why do barrels need their own measurement system? Jesus.
Apparently, a barrel is also a type of measurement.
Yeah, a barrel is a type of measurement because I'm looking at it and there's a firkin, a quarter cask, a rundlet, a tierce, a British barrel, an ASB, a hogshead, a barrique, a puncheon/tertian, a butt, a pipe, a drum, a gorda, and a ton. So, what we've learned from this, Jordan. We cannot use conventional systems, otherwise we'll have to learn far too much about the alcohol industry. So,
I mean, I'm fine about that.
what
I'm
we're
already
going to say
learning
now,
more than
you have, I'm going to write this down,
Okay.
and you can too if you wish, so it'll be easier for you to find. We're going to say you have a 40-gallon cask.
Okay. So yeah, 120 pounds of honey.
But it'll be so worth it when it's done. So, the night passes. You relax in the hot springs Caspian with Cleo. Just talking about nothing and everything, and talking about your ghost adventures and trying to find more secrets in the house. You talk about whatever crosses your minds. You talk about home, schooling, and then you make your way back, steaming in the night air. And we'll get to you in a bit. Cedric and Billy, no, okay, you just go. Okay, no, it's a long walk. I was gonna have a thing of like, if I stall for time, there could be a funny thing where like Matt, like Grania, it's like, how come you're wet? Sweating. It's like sweaty out there.
Yeah, Grania would be a butt about it.
They're not here, so you get inside this time, unnoticed,
unaccosted,
and make your way to your room. And Cleo does the same. Returning her
before,
office.
yeah, Cleo.
Yes.
Maybe sometime this week, would you like to go into town and get some drinks?
I'd love that.
Yes, good. And I'll make my way up the stairs, and I'll stumble on one of them, and then I'll turn around, and I will walk up kind of as fast as I can.
Yes. Perry follows, as cats do. And you close the door.
All right.
Cedric and Billy, you're not making alcohol tonight, but you are going to watch over the tools.
Yeah.
While you trans or something. So are you guys just like hanging out in Cedric's room?
I was.
Or just in like.
I was thinking
downstairs or what?
We should like.
He's got the room for it. He has the master
bedroom. That's right. Okay, we can be in Cedric's room.
Yeah, which hell of a fucking power move, Jordan, by the way. Considering you're a fucking elf and you don't even need a bed.
Like, seriously.
I'm tired of these two arguing.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
Hell of a power move. Like, master bedroom, it's got the king size. Doesn't need it. He fucking kneels.
I will say Caspian respects you a whole lot more after that.
He can just zone out for 4 hours. Doesn't even need the bed. Doesn't even need to sleep. Elves don't sleep. But yeah, so you guys are chilling. And let me check something. Just checking things, don't mind me.
I don't like it when your voice goes there.
Don't worry, this voice is the happy voice.
Is it though?
That's either Ricky or Spridifix.
Oh, no.
I said that's either Ricky or Spridifix.
Spridifix. house. He's gonna write some rude graffiti.
What was that, Spritafix? Speak up.
So you guys the rest of you are sleeping. Well, Billy and Cedric are attempting to trance and keep an eye on these calligrapher's tools that are left out in the open.
Yes.
Caspian, you awake in the middle of the night because there's something. You're kind of like in a half asleep, and you realize there's something at the foot of your bed. Something touched you.
Very no.
Very no.
And then you realize it's too small to be Perry, and you kind of look and you see a rat.
Ah!
You both hear this because you're awake and you're elves with elven ears.
I'll go check. You stay here.
Okay.
And I go and I knock on the door. Caspian, you okay?
And you hear crashing inside. Like there's some epic struggle happening.
Is your door
God.
open?
It's currently locked.
I cast knock.
It's deadlocked.
I cast
Yeah.
knock.
It opens up.
Oh, that was loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's a huge knock. Yeah, actually, yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know. You could be getting murdered in
The
there.
sound of a huge knock
Yeah.
as the door, Caspian, your door flies open in the middle of the night. The rat runs across your leg and out the door.
What was that?
Caspian
You hear it skitter by.
Caspian is in mid pose with a sword over his head. Wild hair. Like a few things have been knocked over.
Was that all over a rat?
I think it would be best if you left me to my sleep.
All right.
There's like you hear the sounds of many squeaks, and then like 6, 7 more start coming out from under Caspian's bed and make their way around your guys' feet as they run from the sound of the knock that came.
Caspian lets out another shriek.
Oh my god.
You hear people waking up and doors are opening.
Sorry,
knock.
go back to sleep. It's all fine.
I let loose a magic missile at some of the rats.
Okay. First level?
Yep. Just a D4.
D4 plus 1.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's 3 rats, right?
Yes.
Well, yes, there would be 3 bolts.
Okay. Rats have like 1 hit point, so Caspian, you wave your hands, and 3 bolts of arcane energy go and hit 3 rats.
Hey, what are you doing?
Nasty creatures.
I thought we were gonna get them on our side, or at least try and just to get rid of them peacefully.
Well, you were taking too long, and now they're in my room. The fair game.
Billy glares like
At the wall.
at the wall. Yeah.
You can be upset with me all you want, but they're pests, and I don't want them touching my things or nibbling on my materials.
And I go back to my room, or no, to Cedric's room.
And I cautiously peek under my bed.
There's a giant rat.
there's like a dust bunny that like rolls through with the breeze, and I also kind of do like a short scream, like ah.
There's a human dressed as a rat.
Oh no.
There's a naked man who becomes a giant rat.
Why is there a were rat under my bed?
Hey man,
Why is Danny DeVito under my bed?
I'm the rat man. What I do is I go and I just start eating garbage and cheese. So you guys, yeah, so everyone tries to go back to sleep after this disturbance.
Everyone tries.
Cedric and Billy, you make your way through the night. Your calligrapher's tools are untouched. And it is the next morning. What would we like to do?
I know it takes like 2 days to make the rat song, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll start working on it.
And it's very hard.
That's right, yeah.
Oh yeah. So with getting the honey through the bees, would that count as a as like a special ingredient?
That is not a high quality material.
Or high quality. Okay,
but
because
if you're making something like honey mead, it is a necessary material.
Because the things I do have the natural, is it natural bounty? I have the one where basically anything that isn't a high quality material, you can essentially find what you need.
That is true. You have the natural bounty, which would be for things that. So that's the thing. You know where to find base materials and acquire them easily and free of cost.
Oh, okay.
When searching for high quality materials in nature, you have advantage on wisdom checks made to find them. So I would assume that is, they do say easily and free of cost.
Yeah.
Which you can kind of already do with your current beehives. So if you wanted to get more honey without waiting for your hives to be in a rotation, you could team up with Grania and get more bees into your apiary, or attract them or somehow. I don't know how they attract them. But otherwise, if you just wanted to steal honey from bees, I would say that would not be easy. Most things, look, you walked around the Ripple Woods quite a bit now to get wood and whatever, and sap and other things that you've needed. Like, you know where to get a good number of things for your craft. You know that there are some very nice fruits out there. And you know some of those fruits, some of them could definitely be high quality materials, I think. You know a great number of deals, nuts, or what I'm getting at here. Getting honey from bees that aren't in your bee house is not an easy acquisition.
One moment.
You're essentially trying to fucking be an elven bear. Give me that honey bee. Like, the bees will fight you. You will fight a swarm of insects, is what I'm getting at.
I think a monk could fight a swarm of insects.
For a level 5 monk, not hard. is a contested thing. So you would need Grania's help.
Okay, yeah.
To move them into an apiary for a stress-free
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to get off soon. I don't necessarily need to get off quite right now, but
Okay, no
relatively
problem.
soon.
We can end whenever you need to. But yeah,
Yeah,
if you wish, you can spend the morning moving bees with Grania,
yeah, I would like to do that.
or Ern. One of them helps you.
Yeah.
So if Grania doesn't want to do anything, or if Mads comes back and wants to do something else, then Ern helps you with that easily enough. And Caspian, Billy.
I don't think I'm going to work on the rat song today because it's too hard right
The rat
now.
song, rats.
Yeah.
The rats. We are rats.
Yeah. But I'm going to try. Oh wait. Okay. So Ern's tools were taken.
Yes, they were put on
in
the roof.
beehive.
Yeah.
And then
they were put on the roof.
Oh, they were put on the roof. What was the first one?
Grania's tools were put in the beehive.
Grania's tools were in the beehive. Ern's tools were on the roof, and Kip's tools were in the fireplace.
Yeah.
But it's all been tools, right?
It's always been your possessions of some sort.
All right. First, I'm going to check with everyone and see if they all have their tools.
I'd like to see if my equipment's still around.
Your both sets of tools that you have, your regular ones and your +1 set are both intact and 100% there. Cedric, you do a once over of your brewer's supplies, and everything seems to be a-okay.
For me, what I want to do is go down. You can get back to me later, but what I want to do is go down to the special weird magic door, and I want to study that.
Okay. You go down to the vault.
Yeah.
The safe at the bottom.
Yes.
All right. I was just checking something. I have to go all the way to another section to get to that. That no one is allowed to see any bit of.
I'm not looking.
Don't you dare look.
I'm not looking.
So you see the safe set into a wall of dense basalt rock. Basalt? I feel like it's basalt. This huge steel safe door at the bottom of the sub-basement, and the brass family motto, "Questions before answers," is carved into its face, with a single keyhole in the middle.
I am going to... Can I make an Arcana check?
What do you wish to ascertain?
Its purpose.
You should do how it's locked.
Oh, that would be good.
Because I could knock it, right?
You did knock it, and it opened. So what happened is you guys were able to get it open, and it opened to an empty room.
Okay.
You can make an Arcana check, and I think you have already made an Arcana check. You used knock to open it, and it swung open to a 1 cubic foot scale version of the empty room. I believe you've already done the Arcana check, and what you learned is that, and detect magic, I think maybe. The safes in, yeah, you learned this already. The safe's interior is a pocket dimension that changes in relation to different keys.
Right. But there has to be a right key to really get it working.
Yep. You don't know what variations there are within this, or how many multiple variations they can be. You've seen at least 3. But very obviously, like, if there is anything valuable in this safe, there is a correct key that will open it, but you don't know where such a key could be. Or what it would be.
Caspian,
Isn't there
do you
an
think...
ability?
Oh, sorry.
I was just trying to remember Marigold's ability.
Marigold's ability, as I pull up because I have Fairy Fire right here.
I can trick her into telling me a location of someone.
If you disguise self.
If you are disguised as someone else. So she shows you your reflection from a different angle within 30 feet of you to channel you for your styling needs. However, if you succeed on a deception check, while disguised as someone else on the same plane as you, she can show you a reflection of that creature instead.
Right.
So a disguise kit or an illusion or Granya's changeling form could trick Marigold into that.
That's for another time then, I guess.
However, if she gets angry at you, she will be angry and you will not be able to attune to her.
If she
catches on.
Right.
Caspian.
Okay.
Can I be with Caspian?
Yeah.
Okay. Caspian, maybe we should ask Thurwick if he has, like, the keys to this. I don't know if we already did that.
You did.
We did.
You used his whole key ring.
Maybe we should ask. Maybe there's something in the library that goes over something about this manor. Its mysteries are multiplying.
Mysteries, they're multiplying. And you're losing all control. Better get out of the secret tunnels. They're becoming funnels for lava. Oh no. Better get out of the way of the lava's flow. Oh, you don't want to be in there. No, you don't. Alright. So.
Yeah. So I'm at least going to go up to the library. And what's the deal with checking out books?
You can have 1 book checked out at a time.
Alright. I'm going to ask Thurwick if he has any history of this manor or anything on the Brass family in particular.
Let me check. I believe Master Capita has chucked out most of the materials on the family at the moment. What he's in and out, mostly genealogical journals.
Okay.
The stack over there.
Okay. Do any of them mention Brass Manor?
Brass Manor is somewhat recent to the family, as they are quite old. But yes, most recently in the writings of the Journal of... What was their name? Let's pull something up real quick. The Journal of Cleo Brass. The first one.
Oh, okay. I will check it out and take it to Caspian because I can't read it.
All right.
No, good find.
Yeah, you take that journal, check it out, and you are handed by Caspian. Are you still by the safe?
You know what? I was.
I was gonna go down and give it to him.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are. You're still with your candle trying to ascertain anything about the safe that you can, and Billy comes down with this very worn, old brown covered or brown journal with some nice filigree on the front that's obviously very worn and was probably a different color at one point, either a golden yellow color or saffron or something.
Mm-hmm.
Appears to be a diary.
I'll open it and begin to read.
You begin reading the diary of Cleo Brass. Not your Cleo Brass, but a different one. And this is not a short diary. And some of it is very much personal thoughts. So do you wish to read the entire thing, or do you try to skip ahead to the Brass Manor, or?
I will read the entire thing.
Okay.
I will hunker down and get going.
I'll do a little reading too.
All right. Do you just do this by the safe, or where do you go?
I go up to my room, actually.
That would probably be for the best, because you're kind of just in a cavern otherwise. It's not the most comfortable place to read. So yeah, you settle down, put on Mighty Vibes to chill and transcribe spells to, in the form of Billy. And you are reading this diary. Cedric, your ox is still kind of loose.
Yeah. At breakfast today, I probably would have said something about not feeding it blueberries.
Cleo says, "You know wild blueberries grow around here, right? Though."
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make a pen for it.
That would probably be for the best.
Yeah, which I'm gonna do now.
Yeah. You can generalist craft. I'll say you get all the materials easily enough. And I'll say it's not hard to do.
Yeah. I think I will roll this, and then I think I should be done for the day.
Okay. Yeah, so let me find generalist crafting.
Okay.
Where is it?
I am still proficient in wood carver's tools.
You're proficient in wood carvings, but this is not your trade class.
Yeah. I know, but I'd still get my proficiency bonus, though, right?
I will give you. I will give you that much. So you get I'll give you your proficiency bonus. That I will give you. You get a number of crafting dice equal to half your proficiency rounded down.
So one die?
So one dice. You may only gain a maximum of 3 preparation benefits. You do not gain class features or techniques. You add your tools proficiency and ability score from whatever tools you're using. However, you must still have the tools relevant to the attempt. So you get 1 dice plus your stuff. We will call this a basic simple thing.
Okay.
DC 10. Okay.
That should be easy enough.
Yeah, DC 10. But you'll want to stick around for a second. So, Caspian, you're reading, and this takes you a good chunk of the day. You're going through it, and you find Cleo Brass's thoughts, and the culture is a little bit different than what you're used to. Your own home of nobles and stuff. There is a system of nobility in place from their home country. Of Lavir, but it's different, and it's different from yours in many ways. You find very interesting. One, family names don't go. Family names work in very weird ways in many different cultures. In Laverian culture, names are passed down through usually traditional gender roles. They are passed down through the female, or rather, whoever gives birth to the children. In the case of same-sex relationships or non-binary relationships, it's whoever has a kid. That's who gets the name, and the spouse takes the name of whoever's going to have kids, or whoever has kids. And you eventually get to a point. You learn this because you get to a point where Cleo falls in love with basically an adventurer of sorts named Tato. And you are, I believe Tato was the name. Am I reading the? Let me check and make sure. I've got a lot of fucking notes here.
Would I be able to add a die for generosity for this?
You're not making it for the cow in that sense, for the ox in that sense. So no.
Okay. I'm gonna reroll a die as part of fine tuning because I got 2 on the die.
Yikes.
Which is below 10. This time it's a 3, which makes it 9.
In a minute, you could ask for some help.
Yeah.
You do get to re-roll. Did you? Oh wait, no, you don't. You don't get that.
The reroll was from 2 to 3, which went from 8 to 9.
Okay. You have made a very bad fence that doesn't hold up entirely. There is a fence. It won't stop the ox.
How much stamina did that take?
We'll say that was a large project, so this is like probably a multiple day thing.
Okay.
If it's a multiple day thing, it could have helped.
Okay.
But we'll say that uses up all your stamina for today.
Okay.
And as it begins getting later, Caspian, as you're going through this journal, Cleo begins making plans. She gets engaged to Tato. She meets his friends. There's a friend of theirs who is a wizard, who they make plans with to come help them, as she is from a wealthy family, and she is planning to move to Cape Verdigris, essentially. And you find when she comes here, she helps essentially found Cape Verdigris in a way. That family, her and her parents. Although her parents are much older and not really much in the picture, and Tato comes with her after they are married. But the thing that interests you the most isn't that her and Tato were almost the founders of Silverstruck, or that they found the Metallurgy Guild here, although you do learn these things, as she was an accomplished smith in her own right. She made Tato a sword for him to go out and fight monsters and do what he had done, how he had made his fortune, how he had become worthy enough to marry her. Is that one day him and his wizard friend and his other friends went out on Cape Verdigris to fight some creature, some malignant force that was doing harm to folk. And it doesn't go into details. But one thing that strikes you is a particular line. Tato came home today, and the look in his eyes were horrible. And I knew that things had not gone the way they had hoped. Arne was with him, as was Kirill. But Cedric was not. He told me how they lost Cedric.
Do you tell me any of this?
Oh.
I'm glad I don't have my camera.
I close the book. I stand up and I walk outside.
What'd you find out? What'd you find out?
And that's where we'll end today.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Do you know about this, Jordan?
Yeah, I know about this.
Oh man.
So when's the next game?
We'll see.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, that's crazy.
So, again, how many years ago was that set?
Oh, that was a couple 100 years, 300 years.
You're an old boy.
Forgot how old it is.
Cedric's an elf. He's been around for
Yeah, they can live up to like 800 years.
I'm looking.
Give or
Hold
take.
on.
Don't worry about that. Honestly, I might not even hold to the PHP's idea of how long elves can live if I don't want to.
750 is what they say.
750 is average.
750.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Goodbye, Jordan.
Goodbye, Jordan.
That's why I had to end it there. It's like
Bye.
you want to go. You want a conversation that he cannot be here for, and also drama.
Oh,
Yeah.
very much.
So thank you for joining us again,
Oh my
guys.
Oh man.
Bye.
Oh my god. Bye.
Bye, Jordan.